Hey everyone, Rushlock here. This is going to be part 3 of the new player for Albion series here. We've talked about how to go through the beginning quest to get your first mule. We're still following that chain here along. Oh, you might notice over here there's a lot of things being tracked, and you might wonder what these are. So we're going to go over the UI a little bit in that you can track your adventuring missions, your fighting missions, your gathering missions, and so on and so forth. Some options if you want to show percentage or only show the icon, that's entirely up to you. That's just aesthetics for your own personal benefit. It is resizable, so you can collapse it as much as you want, stretch it out as much as you want. This is as far down as it goes, though, so I can only usually see 6 items at a time. I want to see my gathering missions. It's saying gather T2 resources in general. You know, we've so far only crafted tier 1 materials, but put that away for now. Let's say you actually want to look at your Destiny board. So a lot of times people ask in the game, you know, what do I do in the game? And being a sandbox MMO, the answer is whatever you want to do, whatever you want to specialize in. It's okay to go wide early on and try out some different activities to see what you're going to enjoy, but the further away you get from the center area, the bigger time and resource investment it is. So you can do gathering, crafting, you know, PvE, PvP with, you know, all kinds of different weapon systems. Like we come over here to combat side, we will end up with, I believe, different classes for, let's see, that's a mage. So I'm trying to find all the good ones. There's the warrior. There's a hunter. There we go. I'm sorry. So hunter, mage, and warrior. You can dabble in tier 1, 2, and 3 of all of these very, very quickly. Like in your first day, you can get all of these unlocked and just see what what works for you. The further into those trees you go, the more specialized you are, and the more time and resources you're sinking into them. Over here we have the farmer. Later on, you get your own personal island. You can make farms. Only premium players can buy the farm, so if you're a free-to-play player, past your first 30 days of playing the game, that won't be relevant. Again, you can explore those trees at your leisure. Here we have for gathering, all the 5 different major resources you can gather, and their different types. So you might perceive gathering as like one activity, but in reality, you might want to specialize in gathering fiber, or gathering ore, skins, or lumber, or rocks, like quarrying. Again, the more you focus and specialize, the better. Keep in mind, though, when you look at maps, if you remember the previous video, we talked about, you know, certain maps have a mixture of resources. As far as I'm aware, I've only seen 2 types of maps. Ones that have the mining and the quarrying and the lumber, and the other type of map had the, let's go over here, the skinning, the fiber, and the mining. So mining seems to have a lot of overlap. I can't speak for every map, just to tell you if it seems like that worldwide, but you know, plan your routes and whatnot and your training accordingly so that if you're going to go really deep on 2 different types of gathering, that way when you're out in the field, you're not passing a lot of resources and having to skip over them when you find yourself, you know, going past them fairly often. But that'll get you through the Destiny board. We've done the gathering stuff. Let's go back over here a little bit. Let's see. This will be for refining, so if you're going to turn raw materials into refined materials, you know, lumber into planks, ore into bars, scraps of hide into actual leather that's usable, fibers into their respective cloth. This is where you'll do that. The stone into refined stone. Let's see, here is a crafting for tool making, specialization for making mage gear. This is making hunter gear, and this is making warrior gear. Those are the major nodes. Here you'll see that there's a... This is kind of like a general node that everyone's going to unlock. You know, doing anything at all will give you fame. And it'll unlock your ability to use tier 2, or tier 3 rather, mounts, bags, cloaks. Demolition Hammer I think is for PvP, destroying player structures. That's a whole other matter. But the more you play, the more of these tiers you unlock, and you get to use higher tier stuff. Most tier systems are tier 1 through 8, and early on, explore tier 2 and 3 pretty casually. You know, find the things that work for you and the things that don't, but pretty straightforward after that. But as always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments section down below the videos, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. We have a Discord link in the video description as well. You can join us on there. Discord takes no download, no installation. You can open up in a web browser, go to the Albion chat channel, type your question, put @Rushlock in it, it'll tag me, and as soon as I'm at my computer, if I'm not already, I will answer your question as quickly as possible. But thank you all, have fun, and we'll see you all next time.